Hello viewers, welcome for this session. In this video, we are going to learn about the elements of car body paint, pigments in the car body paint, characteristics of the pigment, resin in car body paint, classification of the resins, and at last the MCQs on the topic that we are going to learn in this particular video. So let's start with the elements of car body paint. The elements of car body paint consist of 4 elements. So first one is the pigment, second one is resin, or we also called as the binder, third one is the solvent, fourth one is the additives. So in this element we are going to take up the first element called as the pigment. The pigments are the major ingredients of the car body paint. They are going to provide the color opacity, the strength to the paint film, protection to the film. These are going to reflect the UV radiations from the sun, and it's also going to increase or enhance the weather resistance and the resistance to the film against the abrasion, if abrasion is happened due to any kind of a sand a particle or a stone particle, all those things, and overall stand as a corrosion in case of a primer. If you go through the characteristics of the pigment, the first one is the color, then second one is the viscosity, the third one is the hiding power, fourth one is the particle size and the shape, the fifth one is the oil absorption, sixth one is corrosion inhibition, seventh one is resistance to the light, heat, water and chemicals. The second pigment of the body paint is the resin. If you go through the resin in the car body paint, so first of all, resin is a primary ingredient in the formation of the paint coating. The property of resin determines the quality of the paint finish and performance of the film. In any kind of vehicle body paint, if the resin content is very good, then definitely it's going to determine the quality. The quality will be enhanced. So these resins have some kind of classification. We go to the classification of resins. Majorly, there are two types of resins. So first one is natural resins. Second one is the synthetic resin. So this synthetic resin is also further classified into two types: thermoplastic resin and then thermosetting resins. So now if you go through the MCQs on this particular video, the first question is, so dash provide the colors, opacity, strength of the film, protection to the film by reflecting UV radiation. If you go through the answer, the option E, pigment, option B, resin or binder, option C, solvent, option D, additives. So of course the question says that the particular element will provide color opacity, strength to the film and protection against UV radiation. Of course, in the previous slides you are already learned that the element which gives all these things is the pigment. So the answer is option E, pigment. The second question is, the characteristics of pigment is. So here in this question you need to find the characteristic of the pigment. The options are: option 1, viscosity; option 2, oil absorption, corrosion inhibition; option 3, color; option 4, all the above. So here in the previous slides You already learned that in a particular slide, you learned about only the characteristics of the pigment. So there, the viscosity, oil absorption, corrosion inhibition, color, all those things are available. So the correct answer for this question is option 4, all the above. The next, the third question, the property of resin determines the dash of the paint finish. So what the question says is, if the property of the resin which is available in the vehicle body paint, it's going to determine, so what kind of characteristics of the paint finish. The options are quality, quantity, purity, and all the above. So you already learned in the previous slides that it's mentioned in the property of the resin is going to determine the quality of the paint. So the answer is option 1, quality. The next question, the resin used in a paint is roughly classified as. So the question says you need to identify on what basis and how the resins are classified. The options are natural resins, synthetic resins, both natural and synthetic resins, and the last option is none of the above. Just in the last slide, it has been explained, or you learned that classification of resins. There, the resins are majorly classified as two types. The first one is natural resin, second one is synthetic resins. So that's why the answer is option C, both 1 and 2. That's all from this video. Thanks for watching. Keep on learning.